right, y'all, because get in here so we can talk about part 2 of the Joseline'S Cabaret California reunion. Before we get started, make sure y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn your post notifications on, and get in these comments because y'all already know we're going to have to talk about it. And let's go ahead and get into it. Now, we kicking it off with another performance. They done broke them up this season, y'all. We got Ricardo performing with them. They talking about the I going hard, I going, you going straight in your juggler. Joselyn still sounding a fool on this damn microphone. I don't know who the hell told her to stop lip syncing. I'm telling y'all are giving bad advice, okay? She sounds horrible. They get through with that. And why was Ricardo in the formation? What, you couldn't get another girl out there? I'm not mad at it, but at the end of the day, I'm not happy about it either because he just threw it off to me. You need another girl in the feathers to come out there and get it going. What's going on? You couldn't pick one more girl? That's the problem, Joselyn. You falls out with everybody. You don't even got enough girls to get your formation together at this point, which is ridiculous. They get on stage and it's Danny fighting Gypsy. Danny, you made yourself look a fool. All right, trying to run across the stage and fly kick that girl. You ended up falling, looking stupid. She done caved your head in. All of it was so unnecessary. In the middle of that, Chinks go fight Oceans. I forget they still had some little beef going on from the season. I don't even remember what it was, but they end up fighting. Honestly, I would say that the first round was a tie. Love and Drea, they end up getting one in. Love, you need to sit your ass down. For you to be somebody that had to leave the damn cabaret because you were so ill and injured and sick, heart problems, all this kind of shit coming on her, causing a damn ruckus, want to fade with Drea is crazy to me. And this fight was, again, so unnecessary. It was stupid. It was a tie, if anything, okay? Both of them little, they the same weight class. They just did what they did. It was just stupid. And then we got Ocean still calling out Chinks. It's like y'all already done win one round. Chinks over a tie. How many times she want to fight? Exactly. Oceans is the biggest Joselyn dick rider there is. Okay, we thought Danny and Drea was bad. Baby, pond water came on her and them and throwing y'all asses to shame because one thing she gonna do is go hard for whoever the fuck Joselyn tell her to go hard to. And Joselyn pretended like she Chinks' friend all through the season. And you best believe she told Oceans to keep going after Chinks because why in the fuck do you keep wanting to fight this girl? It's stupid at this point. They go another round. Oceans end up on the floor. Sit your ass down somewhere at this point, okay? Drea face all scratched up. Honestly, all they faces is all scratched up. Y'all bitches look like it was scissor hands that came around her and sliced y'all up a little bit. Freddy Krueger done got y'all in a dream. I don't understand why y'all want to keep coming on her having y'all faces look like this, especially with y'all wanting to be in a cabaret. It's really ridiculous at this point. Oceans go backstage and she hype as fuck telling Joselyn, yeah, Joselyn, I went over there, I tried to sneak Sky when I went over there and started fighting Whoop, but it didn't happen. No, it didn't happen because Sky came over there and beat your ass. That's what it is. You know you cannot go toe-to-toe with this girl. Why do you keep trying, honey? And you better be glad you done braided your hair up to oblivion because, girl, you probably wouldn't have none of that left either. But at the end of the day, Sky do come from the shoulders when she fighting. That bitch don't be pulling her. One bitch that I can say on Zeus do not pull no hair is Sky. Okay, because even Tasiki on Baddies pull a little hair every now and then. Sky, she come through throwing straight punches, and I love her for that. They finally trying to get seated on the stage. Danny don't pull her cootie cat out again. Why do you keep doing it? Like, we are so sick and tired of this shit. And for you to act like you some sort of professional, but you on her doing stuff like this is really ridiculous to me, Danny. And that's why people be thinking your ass is on the drugs. Because you don't make no sense. One breath you want to sit up and talk about how you got a transportation company and all of this. And in the next breath, you pulling your pants down for the world to see. It's really stupid. And you need to really go sit down somewhere and be seen by a psychiatrist at this point. Because I don't really know what else is going to help you. This shit is really getting ridiculous. They played a clip with Gypsy, her and Erica, when they talking about Gypsy's child. I don't understand why Erica brought her child up. I really do think that was a low blow. I do not agree with it, Erica, because you know you would not want nobody bringing up your children, especially the ones you got with safari ass, and you would have been irritated about it. This was not the situation for you to do that, and that's why that girl took off on you. But then Danny, once again, she get up with one of her damn speeches. They could not keep her fucking quiet. Somebody needs to come out of her with a fucking muzzle for her. Because she just kept on going off on these damn tangents. And it's just like, Danny, what in the fuck are you talking about at the end of the day? Talking about how she held back so many girls from jumping on Gypsy. Who asked you to do that? Didn't nobody tell you do that shit? If somebody want to run over and swing off on Gypsy ass, why in the fuck don't you let them? It's stupid. Okay, you bringing all this shit on yourself, and then you want all the other girls to praise you for shit like that. And then you get mad because the girl done called you a crackhead. Well, look at how the hell you acting. Ain't nobody asking you to see this motherfucking tuna fish you keep pulling out of this motherfucking skirt, but you keep doing it. And that just leads people to assume something wrong with your ass. You ain't wrapped too fucking tight. I'm sorry. Danny, I just cannot sympathize with you at the end of the day. Danny called out Sky. She didn't directly call her out, but she like, I've been doing this for all these bitches and they can't do the simple thing as to read a fucking contract. Now, when she say that, of course, everybody knows she talking about Sky. So Sky just gonna get up, walk over to her. They end up squaring up. Baby, when I say the fear in Danny's eyes was real. Okay, Sky went over there and tore your ass up. At the end of the day, you did not want no more. That mouth guard almost didn't even work the way Sky was ramming you in your damn face. It was really ridiculous. But that's what you get, Danny, because you talk too fucking much. All right? You talk too much, and ain't nobody even ask you for all of that. Sit down somewhere. Sky ended up apologizing to Chinks after she got to keep on fighting Danny, because y'all know in the season, she ended up jumping Chinks for Danny, because they was, she was fighting her, and everybody got on Sky for that. But you live and you learn. You gotta learn that shit on your own when it comes to these fucking zoo shows. Everybody is not your fucking friend at the end of the day. And you thought you was being loyal, but at the end of the day, now look how this bitch done turned on you and came over here and kept on having you fight her with the whip of her cootie cat all on her hands. Ain't no telling what your motherfucking face and her and shit smelled like after you got through squabbling with her, because she can't keep her hands off her ussy. It's ridiculous. Sky over here, it's to the point she done been beating the hell out of y'all, her finger out the socket. The people done had to pop it back in. Sky, you a bad bitch, okay? Because ain't no way I would have had to went over there and let them people pop my finger back in the socket, and I'm going to go out here and keep fighting. I got to go home at this point. I don't give a fuck about Joselyn sending me home, none of that shit. I'm going on my own. I'm injured. Bones is damn near broke. I don't give a damn that I'm necessarily beating all these bitches up, but I'm just, at this point, it's just beginning to get too much. Okay, right now. Danny, once again, she get up and she's talking all this shit about Egypt. Everybody on the other side is mad because they like, where Egypt at? Joselyn ain't let Egypt ass come back out. I don't even understand why Egypt wasted her time coming on the motherfucking reunion, because Joselyn do not want to allow you on that stage. Okay, she don't want to allow you up there because she know you're going to demolish her week 3. In particular, all of them at once. You know you're going to put belt to ass when it comes to whooping any bitch on this stage. That's why Joselyn don't want you up here, and that's why she's not up there. But Danny, she's sitting up bringing up accusations saying that Egypt done stole from her friend, that she got a molester or somebody around her. She's just bringing up all kind of random shit, and it's fucked up because that girl ain't on stage to defend herself. And I really do feel bad for Egypt in that sense. But at the end of the day, Egypt, you know what's up when it comes with Joselyn. She really don't like you. She don't want you around for real. You need to just stay away at this point. I wouldn't even waste my time. You could have spent time with your children rather than come on this fucking stage and address all of this bullshit. Janisha ended up playing the clip of Sky talking to one of her friends that she used to rap with, and saying that she basically was going to talk to an attorney about getting out of her contract. I really don't think Sky did nothing wrong at the end of the day. And I don't think Sky thinks she did nothing wrong. That's why she was sitting over hitting her blunt, and she was good. Honey, Sky didn't have a look of worry on her face. Janisha get to answer her questions or whatever, and she's just all like, Sky, why didn't you think to talk to Joselyn about getting out of the contract before you got out of it? Sky's just like, I didn't think about it. At the end of the day, she really didn't have to. Joselyn wasn't doing nothing for her. And like the girl said, she was reaching out, asking Joselyn, can they work together? Can they do this? Can they do that? The girl was not responding to her. What do y'all expect the girl to do? I think the right choice of action would be her obtaining an attorney so that she can get out of this shit the legal way, see if somebody can buy her out or whatever the fuck they needed to do, because Joselyn was not giving a fuck about that girl's career. At the end of the day, this is how she make her money. You expect this to still be the reason why she's making money? No, Joselyn just want them to have to keep on returning back to the fucking strip club. Like Stevie was going to send you back. You want to keep their asses in the strip club and every now and then dangle a little piece of a song or a little piece of a cabaret tour in their face, and they supposed to keep doing that. They not getting all this money. Bitch, bills is due every month. Ain't no month we get to take a break in the year that we don't have to pay bills. Every time you turn around, especially those of the girls that got children, they have to pay for something. This is not a steady enough income for them to continuously just be up underneath Joselyn's ass without getting no compensation. At least on baddies, they get paid more. They end up with more bookings. They end up getting more money altogether than the cabaret girls. So they're able to kind of sustain just ending up being baddies or just carrying the name. You know, I'm a baddie. I'm an influencer now. I do online shit. The Cabaret Cuties can never do that. That's their name, right? The Cabaret girls can never do that because they are not paid enough. And I don't really know why it is that that's happening. Why it is that they don't get paid a nice little sum like the Cabaret girls. Why they don't get booked as much as the baddies. I mean, I don't understand why that is, but the facts are what they are. These girls need money. You can't expect this girl to just be signed with you and not be doing nothing and making no money. And she just gonna be okay with that until you say it's okay. Danny, Andrea, and Oceans, as a matter of fact, they all run up on Sky in the middle of it. It end up being a big ass brawl over there. Of course, Sky come out on top once again because y'all can't fuck with the girl. Now, Sky, here's where I think you kind of took a little bit of an L. Her and Oceans end up fighting one-on-one, and it's like they get started fighting. I think Sky was kind of tired because they doing good in the beginning, but then Sky tried to like pick her up and slam her. And one thing about Oceans, that bitch is strong. One thing about it, that bitch had them feet planted to the ground, and Sky, you could not pick her up. So that left what? Oceans to be able to beat you out in the top of your head and in the back of your back. And I know you was getting winded with that shit. You didn't come up into the end of that round, but that was all Oceans needed to make it feel like she done won a round with Sky. You really did not win, okay? If that girl would have stood up on 2 toes, 2 feet, my bad, and it started giving you them blows like she been giving you on every other fight, you would have took another L just like you been doing. It was the fact that she tried to pick you up and slam you that got your ass that win on this round. That's the only reason I'm gonna say Oceans kind of got her. Because Sky, you shouldn't have tried to do that. Oceans is a stripper. She be on them poles. She's one of the pole girls, so you know them legs are strong. She knew how to stand her ground and not get picked up. That's what it was on that. Joselyn in the back laughing like this shit is funny. Bitch, bring your ass back on this stage. For one, what the fuck are you even doing at this point? I don't know if her and Lemmy done already got into it at this point or what, but like, why don't you want to come out on the stage and face these girls? Like, you sitting back here with your cup and your blanket wrapped up like all of this shit is funny, and it's not. Bring your ass out here so we can get some real questions going on. Oceans go back her. She all on her knees. I guess now she winded, but at the end of the day, y'all see how she's hyped up. Yeah, I'm giving her all, I'm bam, I'm all on the back. She thinks she done won because of that one round, and really, you cannot fuck with this girl. None of y'all can fuck with Sky. At the end of the day, let's just keep it a buck. None of y'all can fuck with Sky. Okay, you got lucky one round. You need to take that, get your winded ass on back in there. You can't even hardly breathe, and sit your ass down somewhere. Sky is basically on stage explaining away the recording. She like, it's somebody that I thought I was cool with. We used to rap together. We not cool no more because everybody confused onto how the recording got back to Joselyn them. How do y'all think? They fell the fuck out. Like, the shit didn't magically appear in the Zeus mailbox. They fell out. The girl sent it to them, and that just is what it is. Janisha asking her 800 fucking questions as to how Zeus got the recording, and why didn't she go ask Jocelyn? Because the girl did not want to at the end of the day. Joselyn wasn't caring enough about her motherfucking career to help her start making one, and she had her locked in a contract and shit. So why should she care enough to keep on showing Joselyn all the respect that she wasn't getting in return? I'm with you when you're right, Sky. I'm sorry. I just really don't feel like Sky did anything wrong. And that's why she was sitting up there unbothered at the end of the day. Joselyn in the back acting like she getting ready to come back on stage, but she telling security she wants Sky off of there. Matter of fact, she want her escorted out of the building. Who's gonna take her out of the building? And Ballistic, are you gonna make sure she get escorted out? I'm talking about escort all the way out of the building. I don't want her nowhere in the building when I go out here on the stage. I need her all the way out, send her to Toledo, where she come from. I don't want her nowhere on the fucking stage when I go out on the stage. I want that bitch taken out of here. And bitch, the joke's on you, because when you came back out, they surely made sure the Sky did not go no motherfucking where. And that's probably why you and Lemmy ended up getting into it in the first place. Joselyn come back out. She ended up trying to have Sky removed. And like I said, they did not take Sky off of her. She did her whole spiel, and they allowed Sky to come right back on the stage. Lemmy already know what's up. He like, why in the fuck would I send Sky out of her? And this is my biggest hitter of the reunion. This bitch is running these bitches left and right. Why would I send her out? Sky, go on over there and sit down. Wrap your hand up, because I know your motherfucking thumb, pinky, whichever one came out the socket early on in the episode is hurting. Wrap your shit up and sit down and wait for your next segment, because we don't got time for this shit. We need ratings at the end of the motherfucking day. And Joselyn get mad and she marched back off the stage. She don't want to stay on the stage just because Sky's on there. Well, y'all needed to do the same thing with Egypt, because had Egypt been on there beating bitches up, that also would have been a motherfucking ratings moment for y'all. But now y'all let Joselyn con y'all into kicking Egypt off, and Egypt probably one of the ones that got mad and was like, no, you know what, fuck all this shit. If she don't want me out on this stage, I'm just finna go. Egypt, I'd have argued with them motherfuckers until they brought me back out there, and then I would have ran it with every single motherfucking bitch I could. Janisha, you better duck and move out the way before you get hit for something at this motherfucker at this point. I don't give a damn. Sky and Ocean, they end up fighting again. Because they run up on her, all because they mad that security and them allow her to come back on stage. Now this real, Sky, you redeem yourself once again, because baby, it wasn't number like 2 hits and you knocked Ocean's ass on her ass. You got over there and got the beating all on Oceans while she was on the floor. I said, there's the motherfucking Sky I'm talking about, okay? That's the bitch been running around here terrorizing the stage all night. They cannot take her at the end of the day. An audience member asked if this is Danny and Drea's last season, because what more do y'all have to offer at the end of the day? And honestly, for both of y'all to be acting like, you know, Drea, you say you want to go back to school. Danny, you talking about you own a transportation service. Why do y'all even keep wanting to come back on the cabaret at this point? It's because apparently y'all not making enough money on y'all own, but that's just because y'all not putting the energy that y'all keep putting into coming on the motherfucking cabaret, where Joselyn don't do nothing but run y'all stupid for a whole season and then get online and talk crazy about y'all. That's where y'all giving the energy to, and that's crazy because it's apparent that both of y'all want to do other things. I'm with them. Y'all need to just go on and get on out for her at this point, especially Drea. Danny, you might be able to let Joselyn run you ragged for another 2 seasons, but Drea seems like she's really getting tired. She's really going through a whole lot, especially with getting her child back, going to jail, the ex-husband. It's a lot going on with Drea. I feel like if anybody, she needs to be the one to bail out after this season, but we gonna see what the fuck go on. Now, another audience member get up asking about the whole beef with Erica and Dez and Kanaya. And they call out Erica and Dez like, why in the fuck were y'all so mad at Kanaya the whole season when Kanaya was so adamant about not wanting to fight y'all? Kanaya clocked T, baby. Erica want to keep sitting up saying, okay, well, the only reason I wanted to fight Kanaya was because she said that I do too much. And like Kanaya said, I told you that to your face. It doesn't matter the context. Like, you're playing games with semantics, Erica, because they ran the scene back and Kanaya clearly told you when y'all was in that gym that you were basically doing too much. No, she did not say it in those words, but she was like, okay, if you jumping in this, you don't got nothing to do with that. I feel like that was a bit much. You mad because somebody came back to you and chopped that girl words up and said no. She said you were doing too much, so now you acting like you want to beef with her. And then Des comes in behind you because y'all claiming that y'all girlfriends. And Des, when I tell you I wanted to hit that bitch in her mouth, like, I'm so sick of her because, Des, you get on this show and you could talk a lot more motherfucking clearer than you did on this motherfucking reunion. I'm starting to think that you put on that motherfucking accent ultra thick when they in your ass and you don't know what the fuck to say and you trying to cover your image up. Because here you go over here. We can't even understand the fuck you saying for real. Me, I never win at Kanaya because, no, this what I saying. I never really win at Kanaya because I just feel like, and she fight my girlfriend. She fight my girl. And it's just like, I'm gonna fight too. And then with the race, I never said nothing with race. I just call her hair crunchy because she had a good sewing. Bitch, lie again. There's lie again. And you ought to be ashamed of yourself for you to be so close with Neek, because I'm sure if Neek took that fucking wig off, her shit might look a little crunchy too. So stop playing these games, Des. You just done got caught up in your bullshit. At the end of the day, y'all did not like Kanaya because she was a fan favorite. And y'all felt like she was coming for Neek. And that's why y'all really did not like that girl. And y'all did not let up all season. But I was with Kanaya when she said, I don't like y'all energy. Y'all had all this fucked up energy with me all season. And y'all get on her tonight and y'all real quiet and I don't like it. Exactly. Keep the same fucking energy. If y'all don't like her, then just say y'all don't like her. And that's just that. I would rather for y'all to keep it real than anything else. Kanaya say T-Love is a liar. What we been knowing this whole fucking time. I said it last week. She getting too much shit. It's somewhere in the mix that T-Love got to be mixing up stories and shit because her name keep coming up too damn much and she's doing too much bopping between groups, between cliques, saying this to this one, saying this to that one. Girl, I believe you be mincing people's words. Okay? I do. I don't care who you try to call in. James O, you was there, wasn't you? Who else? Sky, you was there. Ain't nobody backing you up. Everybody sitting there minding their own motherfucking business, letting you take your own heat because you need to stay out of people's fucking business at the end of the day. Erica and Des bullied that girl, and they got mad when Kanaya stood 10 toes with them all season long. That's it. Janisha ended up asking Kanaya about her and Lexi friendship. And Kanaya like, okay, we not friends right now, which honestly, it didn't shock me because I did see them fall out online a couple weeks ago before the reunion actually aired. But what does shock me is just the fact that they fell out in general. But Kanaya said Lexi's not a genuine friend. And that's not the first person that said that. But honestly, just looking at Lexi, and I follow her, I've been following her because she is one of my favorite cabaret girls. I ain't even gonna hold you. Body T, face BT. I love Lexi. I don't be seeing that. But you know, when you don't know a person, you just really don't know a person. So I don't know how she might be acting on the back end. I do genuinely love Lexi, but if so many girls are saying that, you know what I'm saying, you act a different type of way when the cameras is around and when they ain't around, then maybe you might want to take notice to that. And also, Des tried to call you out earlier in the episode talking about, you know, you told her some shit about Kanaya and that's why she was mad. Now, Des couldn't get her story straight and say exactly what you said, but she did say that you was one of the ones that went and told her something that Kanaya had said because y'all shared rooms. So I just really don't be knowing what to believe. I do hate that they fell out because I would have much loved to see them be a duo, them fall out. They end up bringing out Ricardo. Finally. Okay, it's been 800 seasons. We ain't never seen Ricardo come the fuck out. He come out already ready for the bullshit. Okay? One thing he did say that I took notice to is the girls learned 18 songs in 4 days. What 18? What 18? Because they only be performing the same like 5, 6 in rotation. So where's the other motherfucking 10, 12 that they ain't performing? That's what I want to see. Shit. But kudos to all of them who was able to learn that many dances in 4 days and keep up with the choreography and be able to travel and do that shit on a regular basis. I'm not going to take nothing from them. He do say that his top 3 favorite are Kanaya, Danny, and Lexi. And it doesn't shock me. The only one that does shock me is Danny because I do feel like maybe Neek, somebody like that could have took it over her. Hell, at this point, even Oceans or Drea, I feel like could have had it over Danny. I don't know. Something about Danny just don't be sitting right with me. Flame, she ended up trying to say something. He like, Flame, I didn't really see you perform at all the whole season. And she didn't. The girl said her motherfucking shoulder got knocked loose fighting with Ocean around to the first and second episode, and that's why she had to leave. But at the end of the day, you another one that probably didn't watch the show because you see how they get down. You got a whole wrestling thriving career. Why in the hell did you come on a show that's primarily fighting in the first place, knowing that you got a tendency to get injured, be in a splint, be in a cast, be in something to where it's going to hinder your fucking wrestling career? That was on you at the end of the day, Flame. Janisha do ask him if it was up to him, who would he end up giving a $50K to? And he say he would end up doing a $25K split between Danny and Kanaya. But he do end up calling out Kanaya at the end of the episode and saying, you know, Kanaya, you are lazy and you got a smart mouth, because when I asked you to switch formations, you told me no. And I frankly felt like during the episode when it actually happened, Ricardo should have stood 10 toes down on what he said, because it was kind of like he did call her out, but at the end of the day, he didn't really want to smoke with her. Now you coming on the reunion and you want all the motherfucking beef. And it's just like, well, when the situation really arose, you should have really been going hard and saying no. I don't appreciate that, Kanaya, because a whole lot of the other girls, me and Nick stay getting into it because I flip-flop her ass around left and right, and she be forgetting where the hell she supposed to go, and I done sent her here, sent her there, sent her everywhere. You the same. You not better than no damn body, but you let it go. Now you bringing it up here, and Kanaya arguing with him. She like, I did tell you no, but it's the way I told you no. I didn't tell you no disrespectfully. Well, Kanaya, to be honest, regardless of how you said it, you still said no. That's it. In a nutshell. Everybody else got to do it. Switch formations at the drop of a dime. You honestly are no better than any of the other girls. And that's where they say that you favor Nick, because both of y'all be acting like y'all better than the program. If the man tell you you got to move because a bitch done got sent home and she was in this spot, he done had to rearrange a formation. You can't tell him, I don't really feel like getting on the ground and doing another formation because I've been standing up. I don't care. Get your ass on them knees or do as you please and get the fuck on up out of here. Like, that just is what it is, because they don't spur nobody else for that shit. And they be letting y'all rock because y'all real good dancers, but at the end of the day, you told the man no. And that's really where they end the episode off, with them two going back and forth about the situation. I'm curious to see how this whole argument play out, because I really do want Ricardo to stand on his business, and I like Kanaya. I'm not saying I don't. I'm not saying I want her to get clowned or none of that, but at the end of the day, the man ain't wrong. If he told you to do something and you didn't do it, why ain't Joselyn come out there and get off up in your ass like she be doing Nick? Because she definitely don't let up with Nick when she be getting switched on formations and be forgetting or might be wrong every now and then. And she's quick to come out there and cuss that girl out. You ain't no different. But y'all get in the comments and let me know what y'all thought about part 2. It's damn show a fool. Okay, it's too much going on. Danny, keep your fucking pants up for part 3. I'm sick of this shit with you and this funky ass coochie. Make sure y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn your post notifications on so y'all don't miss when I come back with the next one.